Number 1. The mystical origins and migration. The Grebo people, part of the larger Kru ethnic group, trace their origins to the sacred Puta mountain range in Liberia's interior. According to oral tradition, they were once known as the Bobo but were driven out by encroaching neighbors who tapped their palm wine trees, a grave offense in their society. By 1700, they migrated southeast, stealing canoes from the Munui people in present-day Ivory Coast and braving treacherous waves to reach Cape Palmas. Renaming themselves Glebo, meaning, those who climb waves like monkeys, they established coastal villages, marking the beginning of their distinct identity. Number 2. The animated brass rings. Guardians of the Grebo. One of the most enigmatic Grebo artifacts is the Tien or Dwin, massive brass rings believed to be living water spirits. These rings, some weighing up to 27 pounds, were said to emerge from sacred streams, walking onto rocks where priests would retrieve them. The rings were stored in shrines, guarded by high priests, bodios, and fed human blood to maintain their power. They were used to settle disputes, enforce laws, and protect villages from war and witchcraft. Recent radiocarbon dating suggests some rings date back to the 1580s, possibly linked to early Portuguese traders. 3. Tooth chipping. The mark of ferocity and beauty. Before European influence, Grebo warriors and women sharpened their teeth into points, a practice meant to intimidate enemies and enhance aesthetic appeal. This ritual, documented by 19th-century explorers, symbolized strength and tribal identity. The chipped teeth were also a rite of passage, marking adulthood and readiness for battle. 4. Trial by ordeal. The deadly Sasswood poison. Grebo traditional justice included trial by ordeal, particularly for accusations of witchcraft. The accused, often women, were forced to drink Sasswood poison, a lethal bark decoction. Death meant guilt, survival meant innocence. Shockingly, this practice persisted into the 21st century, with a Maryland County newspaper reporting a woman's death from Sasswood ordeal as recently as 2006. 5. The secret societies, Poro and Sandy. The Grebo maintained Poro, male, and Sandy, female, secret societies, which governed social order, initiation rites, and spiritual protection. These societies adapted over time, even incorporating Masonic lodge elements during colonial rule. The Poro Society, in particular, held judicial power, settling land disputes and enforcing tribal laws. Violators faced severe punishments, including banishment or death. 6. Divination and scrying. The spirit-mediated justice. Grebo priests practiced divination through scrying, interpreting reflections in water or polished objects to identify criminals or foresee danger. This ritual, deeply embedded in their judicial system, was believed to channel ancestral spirits. A famous example is the prophet William Wade Harris, a Grebo man whose early life involved divination before his conversion to Christianity. 7. Exogamy and clan taboos. Marriage laws were strict, partners had to come from different patrilineal clans. Violating this taboo risked supernatural retribution. After marriage, women moved to their husband's village, via local residence, reinforcing interclan alliances. This practice ensured genetic diversity and political cohesion among Grebo subgroups. 8. The Grebo Wars and Resistance. The 19th-century Grebo wars against Americo-Liberian settlers were fueled by land disputes and cultural tensions. Inland Grebo groups resented the coastal seaside Grebo for allying with settlers, accusing them of selling ancestral lands. This rift persisted into modern times, resurfacing during Liberia's civil wars as pan-Grebo political movements sought autonomy. 9. Masked ceremonies and spirit mediation. Grebo wooden masks, daubed with white clay, were worn in rituals to commune with spirits, Ku. These masks, often depicting hybrid human-animal forms, were believed to channel supernatural forces during festivals and funerals. The clay symbolized purity, marking participants as spirit embodiments. 10. The Crumman Legacy, sailors who defied slavery. Grebo subgroups in Côte d'Ivoire, known as Krummen, were renowned as skilled sailors who resisted enslavement. European traders hired them as navigators, but they refused to transport enslaved Africans, often sabotaging ships or jumping overboard to escape. Their maritime expertise made them indispensable yet fiercely independent. Subscribe to Unknown Facts Liberia and follow us on Facebook.